Hello and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Millie and I love indie makeup, especially shiny, shifty, and sparkly eyeshadows. And I love to try out different indie brands, and I'm so excited because I'm finally going to be trying out Tracy's Powder Room. I do believe they only sell on Etsy as of right now, but I've been eyeing them for quite some time. I actually talked about them in brands I would like to try in 2022, and they did reach out to me recently and send me over some of their shadows to try out. So I'm very thankful to be able to try these out for you and let you know my thoughts on these. I'm going to be creating 3 looks. I'm going to be doing some swatches as well as some swatch comparisons. I don't have too many swatch comparisons because not all of the shades are multi-chrome, so let me actually just pop up all the shades. So these 9 shades and then 2 other shades. Some of these are dual chrome, some of these are multi-chromes, and some of them are a little bit more just like a regular kind of shimmer. So I will be swatching them. Oh no! That's the second time that shade just fell out onto the carpet, and I'm not gonna touch it right now. But that was the shade, oh no, Gilded Rose. Okay, well, I'm gonna put that one in. Actually, let me just switch out one of these other shades. Okay, here we go. Hopefully nothing else falls out. So what was I saying? So I'm swatching the multi-chrome separately from the rest of the shades. So in the first 2 looks, I'm going to be using the multi-chrome. And then in the third look that I'm wearing right now, I'm going to be using some of the dual chrome shades. So let's get right into it, and I will give you some of my thoughts at the end of the video. Priming with the Gimme Glow eyeshadow primer. Going in with the Vivid Rose palette from Gimme Glow. And I'm just going to be kind of speeding through this part. Taking Flower Power and popping that right into the outer corner. Really just packing it on. And then taking Pretty Peony right into the crease and blending it in with Flower Power. I'm going to take a little bit more of Pretty Peony onto the edges to blend this out further. Going back in with Pretty Peony right here, just packing it and then blending it more. I feel like it's stuck down a little bit, so I'm just trying to build it back up a little bit. Taking a little bit of Spill the Tea Rose on this small Gimme Glow brush, and I'm taking it on the outer edges. Just kind of blend in further. I feel like I'm losing a little bit of some of these shades, so much for quickly going through this. Back in with a little bit more Pretty Peony. I think that's pretty good. Going in with the Fair & Pixie Epoxy. Then I like to tap it out. I'm going to be taking Mad Butterflies on top of that, just all over. This shade feels so silky smooth. It's a little bit harder to pick up on this particular brush. Oh, that's such a beautiful layering effect since it is a translucent type of shade. Taking that on the inner portion right here. And I'm going to actually use my finger and just layer on and see if I can like foil it even more. Oh, definitely. It is foiling and layering, and that looks amazing. So beautiful. Finishing off this look with Flower Power. Just connecting my lower lash line. A little bit of foam from just doing that pop of pink under the rest of my lower lash line. Also, I didn't even realize that I was dry until I put on the new Devinah Myricks, that balm thing. It's just another one of those things, like Devinah Myricks and her complexion products and me just do not go well together. But anyways, I put on these So Real lashes from Kiss, and here's the first finished look. Moving on to the second look, priming with the Gimme Glow primer. I'm going to be going in with the Juicy Olive palette from Gimme Glow. Taking Dirty Martini right into the crease. Actually gonna stamp it down a bit. And then I'm gonna use Vodka Teeny and blend out the edge of that. And then Cocktail on the outer corner, so predictable, but this is going to really show off the shade. This is like almost black, but it's got like a green tint to it. Going in with Dirty Martini to, I don't know why I just said it, so weird, but I'm gonna blend that out with Dirty Martini. I'm taking Vodka Teeny, even blending it further. Taking the Verde Pixie Epoxy, tapping it out. Going in with Crazy Cash. Look how fun this looks. Definitely not on the grungy side. This would pair also really well with some brighter green. Oh yeah, but wow. And I'm just gonna put it basically like all over my lid, into the outer corner. I'm just gonna blend it into the mattes out here. And then I'm gonna take Rise and Shine. I don't know if this one's multi-chrome. It looks like it's just like a really beautiful yellow shimmer. So that's gonna go on the inner third of my lid, basically. Finishing off the look with Cocktails underneath my lower lash line. Just about a third way in, just enough to really connect it with this outer corner. I feel like I need something a little bit more pointed to get up in here. I feel like sometimes I miss this area because my lashes are always in the way. And I'm just gonna kind of work this brush. These both brushes are from the Sigma and Samantha collab. Really trying to get a feel for these. Going in with Vodka Teeny, just kind of mixing it in there a little bit. Nothing too crazy though. Here's the second finished look. Priming with the Gimme Glow Shadow Primer. And for the mattes, I'm going to be dipping in between the two Hindash palettes. So first I'm going to be starting out with Heavy Petal, or really like this side mostly. I'm just going to be putting that right onto the kind of outer crease. And then the inner crease. And I'm going to be basically doing a halo eye. And then I'm going to use Heavy and blend out the edges with that. And I'm being a little bit messy with it. I don't really want this to be too structured. And then dipping into the Beautopsy palette, I'm going to be going in with the darkest brown shade called Intra, I believe is the name. And I'm going to be deepening up the inner lid and the outer corner. So I want to zoom in outside. It's always when I start filming, like the moment I start filming, just the world comes alive, it seems. I'm just like, how rude can you be? Everyone's just driving their motorcycle all of a sudden. But it might just be because I'm usually filming when it's like 5 o'clock. Going in with Intra underneath my lower lash line, just a little bit. And the inner and outer corners. Go back in with Monochromance into Petal, and I'm gonna use that to blend into the edges. This is like super hard press. It's really like dipping in a lot to get some sort of color payoff. I really think that these palettes are not for everyone. I can see a lot of people not liking these palettes. Next, I'm going to put some Fairnay Pixie Epoxy right in the center of my lid. And just tap it out. Gilded Rose, Gilded Rose. I'm going to put Gilded Rose right on top of that. And the shade ends up looking super, super golden. Like, it's got a little bit of that pinky vibe to it, but I really feel like it just ends up looking very gold, as you can see in the other eye. And I'm just going to make sure that's all blended on the edges, just in the center of my lid. And then I'm going to go with the Fairnay Pixie Epoxy just a tiny bit underneath my lower lash line. Just tapping it again. I'm going to take Flirt on the tip of this Rephr 21 brush, so dipping in this way. And that's just going to go right here. So you can kind of see they look very, very similar. I think if anything, this one is more golden, just a bit. But I mean, even when I swatch them, I feel like depending on the kind of mattes you pair them with, they're just going to be very, very similar because the reflect is so strong. I think maybe if they were paired with different tone mattes, it might bring out the other undertone of them more. I'm going in with Flirt, with just my pinky as the inner corner highlight. Here's the finished look. I put on the Pure Lashes from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. And on the cheeks, I really want to try one of the iridescent shades. So I'm going to go in with Mad Butterflies. I wanted to go in with a shade that I didn't use on my lid, which was Shining Stars, but it's green and it doesn't really go with the look and the blush that I have on. So I'm going to go in with Mad Butterflies and I'm going to layer that over. Oh yeah. That looks beautiful. I definitely think that this is something you could like spray your brush and really just build it up, but that looks beautiful as a highlight. Super smooth, not chunky at all. Look at that. That is so, so beautiful as a highlight. I love that, especially paired with this look. I'm gonna actually put on just a little bit more so you can really see it. I feel like it's not capturing as well on camera. Let me actually lower the lighting a little bit. There we go. There you can really see it. So keeping in mind that I have tried 4 of the 11 shades, I feel like I got a pretty good feel though for the kind of formulation that Tracy's Powder Room does have. I love these multichromes. They're like iridescent type of multichromes. These are some of the silkiest, most beautiful, reflective iridescent multichromes I have definitely seen before. There's no chunkiness. They're super, super smooth. These are going to be really great to use as highlighters as well. I use the shade Mad Butterflies on the cheeks and I love it. Super, super smooth. This is exactly what I look for like in a highlighter that is like this. If you don't already have these iridescent multichromes from other brands, then definitely check out Tracy's Powder Room because these are going to work great as highlighters as well. Instead of having to buy like a separate like multichrome highlighter from another brand, I'm really excited to use Shining Stars and I'm definitely going to use the other 2 shades as highlighters to try them out because I'm really pleased how they looked on the lid, how they applied, and how they look on the cheek. So those are like 20 out of 10. Let's talk about the duochromes and the more like regular shades. I haven't used some of these other shades that are not even duochromes. This one is Honey Jack, and then this one is Vintage Peach, and then I have one more over here, which is a really interesting kind of like a taupey purple called Lost Lavender. So like a taupey lavender shade. Really want to use this one from just swatching them and also the duochromes. I think they're a nice formula, but they're not really a formula that will make me want to reach for them. They're just kind of like a nice metallic, smooth, no skin accentuation, but nothing like too sparkly, too shiny, which I really feel like it's just going to come down to preference whether or not you want to try some of their duochromes and their regular shimmers, because my preference is definitely shiny, sparkly, shifty, etc, etc. Not that I don't use like neutral, super shiny metallic shades, but I don't think these are like the most metallic duochromes and non-duochrome shades. So the multichromes are definitely more my speed and I really, really love them so much. So it's totally up to you if you're interested in some of these other tones. if you're already making an order, maybe just to try, or again, what is your preference of eyeshadow. I think the bonus on their formula is it's just a reliable formula that you've definitely have experienced from previous brands where there's not going to be any skin texture accentuation, and of course you might not want something that's really, really shiny, sparkly, and blingy. So those are my thoughts on the shadows that I tried. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried anything from Tracy's powder room. I would love to hear your thoughts, or if you're looking into buying any of these. Thanks again so much to Tracy's powder room for sending me the shadows to try out. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, I would love it if you subscribe. There's so much indie makeup content uploading my channel and much more to come. You don't want to miss out. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.